platform games are all about jumping, and you can't jump without gravity. So you need to add some simulated gravity to the game. And you may recognize how simulated gravity works from the Jump Monkey. First thing what we need to do is go to the variables menu, and you need to add a variable for gravity. So you'll click make variable and type in gravity and click OK. Okay, make sure you uncheck the box because you do not need it to appear on your stage. Then you're going to make the second variable called fall speed. So you're going to make their fall speed, click OK, and make sure the box is unchecked so fall speed does not display. So what this is going to do is the fall speed is going to check to see if the player block has hit the platforms. So it will change the speed with your falling. So now we need to go to my blocks, and you need to make a block called simulate gravity. So just type in simulate gravity and click OK. So remember, simulate gravity, when we define something, it is a function. So it is basically an algorithm that is created that can be called later by just calling simulate gravity and not having to recreate the algorithm. So it is kind of a shortcut. So first what we're going to do is we're going to go to the change by y, because this is up and down, and that is the y. So I'm going to go and find change by y. Put it underneath. And we're changing it by the fall speed. So we will go to the variables and replace these 10 with fall speed. Then I need an if-else statement. So I'll go under control, and here is my if-else. So basically this is setting it up so it acts differently and reacts when it touches the platform. So if, and I'll go to sensing and grab my touching the platform. So if it is touching, and then I change the variable to platforms, I want to change y, so we'll go back to motion and grab the change y again. So I am changing y, and I need to go to an operator because I need to be doing this if it is a certain level. So I'm going to go get the minus, and I'm changing change y by 0 minus the fall speed. So I will go back to my variables, I will find fall speed, and I put fall speed here. Then I have a fall speed, but I haven't defined what the fall speed is. So I have to go to variables and set the fall speed to 0. This block makes the player block stop when it lands on the platform. So like it says here, if it's touching the platforms, set fall speed to 0, which means it is not moving. When speed is 0, there is no action. If it is not touching the platform, we need to change the fall speed, and then it needs to change by gravity. So basically, if it's floating up in here, it should just drop at whatever gravity wants. If the player block isn't touching, this is the block that makes it go. Now in my basically starting code, I need to add these different function and the different variables. So when we start, these things will actually be, let's say, activated. So I'm going to go to my blocks, and I need to bring my simulate gravity block in here. And then I'm going to go to my variables, and I need to set gravity. So I'm going to take set gravity to -1. And then I need to set my fall speed to 0. Now let's test it out. I'm going to click the green flag. I'm going to click on the square, lift it up a little, and it does fall. Now it doesn't fall exactly how we want it to fall, but we can fix that later. Next, we have to create a jump. So when we hit the space bar, we can control our character and make it jump. What we need to do for that is we need to make a new variable called takeoff speed. Takeoff speed. So make the variable, call it takeoff speed. Make sure it is not checked off, so you do not see it up there. Then we need to define jump control. So we need to go to my blocks, and we are going to make a jump control block for our jump control function. So I'm just going to call it jump control and click OK. So now I have to make the directions for jump control. So basically it's when you're pressing the space bar. So I just need if statement, and then go to sensing and find key is pressed. It is by default on spacebar, so I don't have to change it. And then we need to go to our variables that are controlling what it is. So it's our fall speed. So I'm going to set my fall speed to takeoff speed, because that's what's going to control my jumping. So what we've done here is set, when you press the space bar, it's going to jump up, and what the takeoff speed is, it's the player's upward speed in the jump. Now, we need to add some things to our initial event, so these things are activated when we start the game. So I have to go into my variables, and I need to add a takeoff speed so it knows how to jump. So I change this to takeoff speed, and you're going to set that to 12. So your takeoff speed should be 12, your run speed should be 5, your gravity should be -1, and your fall speed should be 0. And now forever, because we want these functions to keep going on and always be activated, we have gravity, we have run controls, we now need to add the jump control to our forever. So now if we use the controls, I can click on the green flag, use the spacebar to jump, use the spacebar and the arrow key, helps me move around. And that's how you make your character jump.